States, the recommended ratio between guidance counselors and high school students is 1 counselor per 250 students. But instead, right now, that ratio is 471 students to only 1 counselor. And previous interventions that have tried to alleviate the complications that come alongside the college admissions process have been ineffective because they haven't addressed student behavior and how they get this information. We've decided to learn how high school students absorb information, and we've used this feedback to design a brand new, innovative platform to deliver college admissions information and mentorship in a way that students are more likely to interact with and thus receive help. We've done so first and foremost by relying on the motivations behind open data and open data itself. Our goal has always been to create a platform that anyone involved in this process can use. That means that students, their parents, their schools, and especially other nonprofit groups can use our information to make this process simpler and to offer information to their own students and nonprofit users to make their services more effective. Our current curriculum is entirely online, and upcoming user statistics will continue to be available to competitors and partners alike. This means that as we collect information on who is using FairEd, how they're using it, and what information they're using, we'll be sharing all of those statistics with other nonprofit groups to ensure that they are specifically targeting the student groups who have shown to need help most. And most importantly, students are signing off on everything. High school students are on the internet all of the time, so they're fully aware of the privacy concerns that come alongside with sharing their information over the internet, especially sensitive information, such as our students who are documented or even undocumented. Thus, by partnering with them and collaborating in how we share their information, we know that the whole time we're getting their feedback to create a service that they're comfortable using while also still being able to mine this open data. And we've done so by creating a new user experience previously unseen on the college admissions market. All students have to do is have a Wi-Fi signal and log on to www.faired.org. Their first option is a little bit more of a choose-your-own adventure, where all they have to do is sift through our curriculum. They do that by navigating our website tabs, using the chat option with a college student, and the soon-to-come open forums if they have any questions. The second option is what no one else has done before. The students can take a survey, answering things like if they're a first-generation student or if they know where they want to go to college. Based on their answers, on our end, we can sort these students into 3 different groups based on the answers that they give. The first group receives an email within 24 hours offering a 1-hour personalized session, just to get them on the right track. The second group of students are given a college student mentor to stay with them through their entire senior year, from the start to the finish of their college application process. And the third group are those who seem to pretty much know what's going on, so we remind them of how to get help and point them in the right direction as they independently chart their own course. And we found how to grow this organization to ensure that students across North Carolina, and eventually across the country, will be able to benefit from having this information at their fingertips. A previous iteration of FairEd included connections with over 10 college campuses. We're also joining partnerships with local schools in Chapel Hill. As a result, we have a network of groups eager to use our website and provide feedback.
So in the past couple of weeks, we have been working on growing our online presence using social media platforms and our website. Just like our students are using the internet, we want to make sure we have a strong presence that they have access to. We've been expanding our curriculum, and we've been implementing new plans to include information on student advocacy to help students who maybe do not have parents involved in their application process be successful in their high school and throughout their application process. Additionally, we are identifying a new customer base in Charlottesville, Virginia. I'm a graduate of the Charlottesville Public School System, so I have many connections there. And we're connecting with a third-year Jefferson scholar at the University of Virginia who will be helping us expand our program into the Charlottesville City schools.
Hi, thank you. So can you tell me a little bit about competition that there might be in this space?
Yeah, there's a lot of different groups. One that comes to mind is Strive for College. They have a lot of this information online, but one set of competitors, charges students for it at a price point that's outside of most of their budgets. Sometimes it's $3,000 to $5,000 for just the admission cycle. And then the other group that offer free services, we found that they're not comprehensive enough. We've worked with a lot of NC fellows to determine how college access works, especially in rural high schools. And any of the free resources that they're able to use aren't comprehensive enough to actually answer all of their questions.
And can you go back over the open data portion of your project?
Yeah, so we're actually providing open data for other organizations to use. And how we're doing that is by collecting student statistics on who is using our website and what questions that they have most often. And we'll be able to turn this into reports to be able to give to existing nonprofits to ensure that the groups that they're targeting and the information that they're putting out there is reaching the students who need it most.
Are you providing this resource in multiple languages?
Yeah, so we're working on that right now. For just our first beta prototype, it's all in English, and we hope to within the next 12 months, once we move beyond Chapel Hill, offering it first in Spanish and then working on getting it translated specifically concentrated in Chapel Hill.
I think the most value students will get is from one-to-one interaction with a mentor, having a real honest conversation. So how do you plan to recruit mentors, volunteers to actually sit down and have individual conversations with the students, and how would you do that?
Yeah, we have a team of college students who have already signed on to provide this. And when FairEd actually started in 2014, we were purely a one-on-one mentorship service because we had the same idea that that's how students needed to get that information. But we gotten feedback from almost every student that we worked with that while some of that liked that information, more and more they just want to be able to find it on their own. So we already have a recruited team of students who can provide that mentorship for those who want it. But the reason we have a separate platform is because of customer feedback that they also want to be able to use it independently.
So what's been your progress in the last month and what you plan to accomplish before November 8th?
Before November 8th, we'll be finishing up our curriculum. That's something that Molly's working on right now to expand sections on financial aid and student advocacy. And since September 22nd, we've secured our pilot test site in Charlottesville, as Molly mentioned. And